What's up? We still out here today at, what's this place called?
Origen del Agua.
Origen del Agua with my good friend Jessica. Today we try to strengthen the process of sinking water into the ground by covering the trunks of the trees that we've been planting with some leaves. And the process that we're trying to slow is?
We're trying to slow evaporation.
Because that, of course, takes water out of the water cycle. What is one thing that we've learned here in the last few weeks?
Well, in the last few weeks, I learned that if you don't put enough vegetation cover around the new plantings, the leafcutter ants will come and take everything. One example, I came back a few days later to put the vegetation cover down, and on this one tree that we planted, it was about this big. It was completely covered in the leafcutter ants. All of the leaves were stripped, and the ants were starting to take portions of the stem, just taking everything. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's a lost cause. But I planted it next to these other things, and I'll put the vegetation cover down and at least hopefully prevent it with other trees that were planted there. I put down branches of trees, a lot of wood, which creates the environment for microorganisms in addition to preventing evaporation, and then a whole bunch of leaves on top, a little bit of goat poop for a little bit of nutrients, and then I walked away. Came back 5 days later, the ants were gone, and the leaves were growing back on that tree that I thought was a lost cause.
Next question, a challenge that we had to overcome. Making the time for this stuff. It's crazy. I mean, I've not been here since the water tail video and the first episode of these kinds of videos. I'll link it up here. So actually making the freaking time to come out here every single time, it's one of the biggest challenges for me with these sorts of things. But we're still out here.
It's about an hour and a half walk.
It's about an hour walk, yeah, it's quite far. And for the next most interesting step that we're going to take, we'll take you to another place here because we're going to show you something pretty cool. So Origen del Agua means origin of water, right? And besides the one spring that we have up there, we happen to have found apparently another one here.
When the water is running, it is running with force here, but it doesn't run all the time. So the goal is that I want to see this spring running year-round.
That would be crazy. We'll see. In 10 years, we'll come back here and check it out, no? Now, if you know what's going on, write your answers to these questions in the comments to get accountability and support and motivate other people. Don't underestimate this. Inspiration is one of the strongest things we have out there in this world. And if you have no clue what's going on, go and check out this video and come back here.